Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying with Jim Misiura. Today I'm going to tie a LivelyLegz wood duck nymph. The hook that I have in the vise is a LivelyLegz lip splitter number 475. This is a size 14. These are 1 extra strong and 3 extra long bronze hooks. I have the barb bent down, and the legs I'm going to use, of course, are the LivelyLegz, and these are the yellow legs, small for size 12, 14. And here is the leg. They're not really yellow, but they're a very nice match for this particular fly. The bead I have is a 3mm bead, and this is just a regular gold bead, so I'm going to add some lead-free wire to it. And this is 15 thousandths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 wraps. And then here's a new way, or another way to get rid of that tag. Just take it and turn it. Turn those lead wraps. Sometimes it's a little harder. But turn it and it'll just go right in. And then you have maybe another wrap or two. I crushed up that part a little bit. Alright. Push those lead wraps into the bead. I'm going to use some Danville. This is 70 denier. So that makes it about an 8/0 thread. We're going to start it behind the lead wraps and push those lead wraps into the bead. Go ahead and get those lead wraps all covered over. I'm going to put the rib in. And for the rib, I have a fine gold wire. Gonna butt that wire up to the lead wraps and secure that. I'm taking it to the far side. Doesn't really matter what side it goes on. I'm going to bring my thread up to the bead again, and I'm going to put the legs on now. Whoop, dropped it. Going to take that leg, and that one that's almost 90 degrees is the front. Going to trim that off. And when you trim them off, try to make that tab the same length when you're doing several, and you'll have more look-alike proportioned flies. And we're going to secure that. Going to put a couple of wraps behind that second set. And I'm going to trim that off. Just pull it and cut it. I'm going to go ahead and bring my thread back to the tail again. And I'm going to take a wood duck feather. This is a darker one. And I'm going to take about, I don't know, half a dozen, maybe up to 10. Depends how thick you want that tail to be. I'm going to make that tail about half the length of the hook shank. Just going to tie that on. secure this, and I'm going to get rid of this. Sometimes you can break them off, and other times you need to use the scissors. Now I'm going to take the rest of that wood duck feather, and I'm going to tie this in by the tips. Oop, try again. Just bring all of that together. And tie them in by the tip. And then bring that back to the tail. A couple of them popped out on me, not a big deal. That tail, okay, it wasn't, thought it was getting mashed down. I'm going to turn it sideways, even upside down, so I can dub. I'm going to use possum, but it doesn't matter what brand or what kind of dubbing you use. I'm going to use, this is a ginger bleached ginger, but it comes out, yeah, it's tan. So I'm going to take some of this, small amounts, make a nice tight noodle, take some more, make a nice tight noodle again, and I'm going to take this last little bit and make a nice tight noodle with that. You can put some moisture on your fingers, it gives you a better grip, and you can get that noodle really tight. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this. You can make the body a little bit lighter. Cream, I made some with cream. And we're going to bring that right up to the legs, and I've moved my thread to in front of the legs. Now I'm going to fold my wood duck feather over, and I'm going to secure that right there. And I'm going to wrap my that thread or that rib. I'm going to give this a wrap under the tail. You see, it's kind of making the tail move there, so I'm going to go ahead and put a wrap under the tail, and that'll keep that tail up. And we're going to give it maybe about 3 wraps to get it up to the top. Once, twice. Oh, I caught my thread. 3 times, and I'm going to bring it up between the 2 sets of legs. And I'm going to tie it off there. I'm going to go ahead and pull that back. I give it 3 or 4. I'm going to pull my what's going to become my wing case and get that behind the legs. Take my nail clippers. Always watch those legs. I've cut them legs off before. And I'm going to turn it back upside down. I'm just checking my wing case now. That wing case isn't going to be quite big enough. So I'm going to put a different one on there. I'll just fold that, and wing case wasn't going to be quite wide enough, so I'm just going to take that off. Put a different one on there. Let's take another feather. And you can use mallard flank dyed wood duck. We're going to tie this in by the tip. And I'm going to get them secured behind those legs. Turn my fly over again and dub the rest of it. Get that thorax dubbed. Again, make a nice skinny noodle. Remember, you can always add more. There we go. I'm going to kind of give it a bit of a figure eight. You're concentrating on what the bottom is looking like, not so much what the top is looking like, because the top is going to get that wing case folded over, and I need a little bit more dubbing. Once that wing case folds over, it's going to hide any misses on the top of it. And we're going to concentrate on that bottom there. I actually have to do another wrap there. Get that bottom nice there. Top doesn't really matter, like I said. I'm going to get one last really skinny noodle. Stretch this out. Make that noodle really skinny. I got just a little speck here I'm going to throw on. Going to take my wing case and fold that over, and I want that to be laying pretty flat on there. So you're going to peel a little bit of this off. Get my wing case there. Go ahead and trim off the excess, and you might be able to use that for another one. Got just a little bit too much dubbing on there. Take half of that off and use that to hide the thread. Take my whip finish. Once, twice, 3 times. Watch you don't catch the legs again. Snug that up. Gonna trim that off. Get a little head cement on there. And here we have a LivelyLegz wood duck nymph. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please leave comments, questions, suggestions. Please visit my sponsors. If you'd like to purchase any flies I make, go to etsy.com/shop/flymanjim. And most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.